What's up, people? So what I'm doing, I'm gonna go and see if people can hear me. I'm pretty sure they can. I'm going to see just in a minute. I got something that I want to talk about. Let me see if I can hear myself. Let me see something here. Let me see if I can hear myself. Let me see something here. Let me see if I can hear myself. Wait a minute. Let me turn the light off and see something. I'm gonna turn the light off. Turn the light off. So I turned it back on. So I turned it back on. Hold on. So I turned it back on. Let me turn this off now. All right. Okay. Oh, I forgot that. Well, that's all right. I'll go back later on. Relationships are good. They are. I never really been in a serious relationship. Yeah, hold on a minute. Let me make sure that I got it. Yeah, I never really been in a serious relationship, but they are important. Families are important. I believe in the family structure. Y'all notice that I talk about white supremacy all the time. Hold on, wait a minute. If somebody anyway, how would I take a person if a person told me that I'm trying to find a way to say this, or should I just go ahead and just say it the natural way? Is that I need some space in a relationship. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My first reaction would be when if somebody say that, whether if they're making a joke or either whether they're being, should I say pranks, pranking you or something like that. My first, the type of world I come from, I'm like, okay, I'm out the door immediately when you say something like that. Now I ain't never been. This is a man who ain't never really been in no serious relationship, and I'm saying, you know what I mean? I'm just giving you my honest thoughts. You see what I'm saying? Maybe because certain people go through. Everybody's different. Some people respond to things differently. You know what I mean? As much as I think, as much as I would care about the person or whatever, my reaction is gonna be like, "Why? I'm out the door." That's all I can say. Yeah, it'll be like, well, what do you want me to do? You want me to just like boo boo about it, be boo boo, and when I say boo boo, I'm talking about cry about it. Nah, I'm out the door. And if the person like come back and be like, "Oh, I was just, you know what I mean? I was just playing. I was just playing." I'm like, "Are you sure?" I'm just, I'd be simple. I mean, you can understand that it's. I'm just gonna just like my mind gonna be made up automatic. You know what I mean? Pew! I'm gone. I ain't gonna be. I'm not gonna be sitting there trying to. I ain't gonna try to negotiate the situation. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna negotiate. It ain't gonna be no kind of negotiating. Period. Not with me. Maybe, everybody's different now. Some people don't take it like that. Some people will try to like put up a fight. You know what I mean? I'm just one of those persons. I guess the type of world I come from, the way I came up, I guess I'm taught to move on. You know what I mean? If you're not meant for each other or whatever, if you're not meant, then it's a wrap. You know what I mean? And like I said, let me reiterate this here. If the person come back and say, "Oh, I was just playing," I'm gonna be like, "Okay," you know what I mean? Because you dealing with a person, or you dealing with a man that's gonna be like, when you one time, I don't need that one. It don't need to be twice. You know what I mean? It don't need to be twice. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I guess some people would feel like if you love something, you would fight for it and things of that nature. Me myself, from what I guess the hard rocks that I guess I done seen, what I done been through. It's all about what, in my opinion, what you done been through. And then we know everybody go through something though, but I'm just talking about just me personally. You know what I mean? That's the way that I'll do it. I'm not gonna linger around with it. It's just like me going, somebody write out a list for me and tell me all the things that they want me to get. And then they call me back and say, "Oh, I think I might want you to get this. It's something I forgot, or it was something else I wanted you to get for me, and I can't think of what it is." If I got my phone, what I would do, I would say, "I'll tell you what. When I get to the store, I'm gonna call you and camera you. I'm gonna pull you up on camera, and we can do the like we call that thing Skype thing, and I can go right into the grocery stores, and we can Skype it out, and we can chop it up from there. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna just sit there and linger around with it. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna linger around with it. Some people probably might think that's kind of cruel, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there. Another thing, if I guess if I'm being a friendly person or whatever, and a person come out and they be like, they just look at me, look at you mean or something like that, then you get what you get with me. You know what I mean? If you aggressive toward me, whether I know you or whether if I do know you, then I'm in essence going to get aggressive back. That's just how it is. Like if somebody walk up and they put their hands on you, you know what I mean? And you know the type of person that you are, or whatever. I'm gonna do everything in my power. If you put your hands on me, then I'm in essence, I'm that type. It's you can talk all day. You can say what you want to say. And same with the other person. They can say we can both talk and go back and forth. That's fine. You know what I mean? But the way you don't disrespect each other is we shouldn't be putting hands on each other. You see what I'm saying? But if you put hands on me, then in essence, I am going to put my hands back on you. Does it mean that I don't have love for the person? Of course, it's not going to stop my love that I have for my people. I love my people with a passion. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, let me give you an example. Like like y'all know we had police shootings, right? And it may seem like I'm kind of off the topic a little bit, but I want to say this here if y'all don't mind. If we didn't have police shooting, Darren Wilson shot and killed Mike Brown in cold blood, right? A lot of these people shoot a lot of our people down, and they get they gets away with it, right? They do. There's a scripture in the Bible where it says that they hold themselves not guilty. And I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna find it. I feel like when it comes to finding scriptures in the Bible, I feel like within myself, I feel like I'm a genius when it comes to that for the most part. Now I still got a lot to learn. I don't, I'm still trying to gain more wisdom. Although I know how to parallel and put the Bible in context. I do know how to do that. I don't know how the Bible came into this, but anyway, let's get back to this here. If a person, I just want to talk to y'all for a minute. This was on my mind. Maybe it was meant for me to say it. If the moment a person say, the first time, if they like, if a person wake up and say, "I'm tired of this relationship," I'm going to take you. I'm going to take it seriously. I'm not going to linger around. I'm not going to delay the situation that this person said. I'm not going to delay that. You know what I mean? Because that's a serious statement. So if somebody make a statement like that, then my first reaction is going to be, well, all I can do is just I'm out the door. Some people say, you mean to tell me it wouldn't affect you no kind of way, it wouldn't hurt you? Well, it would hurt you more when you try to sit there and try to fight for something that's not meant to be. You see what I'm saying? That hurts you. What makes you better is that when you immediately hear something bad like that, you immediately just go. I mean, it's simple as that. That's like a person saying, okay, I'm gonna give you $23. I'm gonna do this here. You ain't got to take no second guess and say, is he really saying $23? Nope. When they say it the first time, you're gonna know it. You see what I'm saying? Somebody walk up to you and give you a hug. You ain't gonna have to sit there and say, oh, did he just give me a hug? You know what I mean? You're gonna know right away. You're going to respond to that immediately. If somebody say, look, I got 2 pieces of chicken. I'm gonna eat one. Do you want one? The person's answer is simply going to be no. It's not going to be, they're not going to hesitate about it. They're going to immediately respond to it. So the thing that I'm saying about this, being in a relationship for quite some time, you know what I mean? We done been in this relationship a minute. Minute means a long time. You see what I'm saying? And the person comes out all of a sudden 3 or 4 months or 4 years later and say they tired of the relationship, then I'm gonna be like, well, I'm out the door. I'm out of the door. I'm gonna immediately pack my bags, pack my sack, or get all my things, and I'm gone. I'm not gonna sit there and that's how I am. I'm not gonna sit there and jump hard for something that's at that point it's crazy. It gets stupid. Then you know what I mean? It's stupid to sit there and try to whine about something that if it ain't for you anyway, it's just it wasn't for you in the first place. Or the person make up some kind of excuses and say, you are knowing I need some space and all that. Well, I'm gonna be like, well, I'm gonna give you a space. I'm gonna give you your forever space, and you ain't gonna never have to worry about it no more. Something like that. You know what I mean? Now, some people would probably look at that and say, this guy is cruel. That's mean and cruel. I mean, what am I supposed to do? For one, you're gonna put yourself through stress. You're gonna put yourself through pain, fighting for something you know it's not meant to be. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not making a fool of myself like that. No, you know what I mean? Because guess what? The reason why I'm saying this, people, is because it is what it is. It is what it is. Face it. No, because at that point, it's not worth it. No, it's not. It's just not worth it. I need to go ahead on and finish my lessons up. Do I need to jump off this topic or turn around and take and crank up another live and do this live here? But I'm trying to think. But I probably just need to keep everything separate and not mixing it up because it probably would make no sense. But I just thought that I would come and say that. I'm trying to think of as much as I possibly can before I close this video out. Because a lot of times I do videos and I be like, oh man, I forgot to say that. I forgot to say this. Excuse me. I forgot to say this. I forgot to say that. So that's why, I mean, I know I'm going to forget anyway, but I'm just trying to think of as much as I could to put in this video, you know? So, I mean, it's something else, people, you know? I'm not going to sit there and, you know, because a real man, I mean, to me, my definition of a man is like, you're not worth it fighting for. You know, it's not worth it because anytime you open your mouth and you say something like that, then obviously it's got to be. You know, now some people say, well, let me ask you this here: what if it's a prank? Oh, I mean, you know, I'd be like, well, you know, you sure? If they just say, oh, it was just a joke, it was a prank or whatever, I'd be like, oh, okay. I'd be like, oh, you sure? Because I'm ready to take out if that's what you want now. Like, oh, okay, I'm ready to take out if that's what you want. If you want out, I have no problem with that. That's me. Somebody gonna probably look at it and probably say, oh, brother Ray, that's not love. You ain't gonna fight for what you really love and like. I mean, you know, the vast majority of people do that. You know what I mean? The vast majority of people do that. But you know, I guess you just find every now and then you'll find one of those people that is not that will put up a fight. For the most part, the average person will put up a if they truly deeply that deeply into something. You see what I'm saying? Let me before I leave, I want to tell y'all this since this came to my mind. I love bragging on my I take a lot of pride in my siblings. First and foremost, I do. I take a lot of pride in when I say siblings, let me just say as my people of color as a whole. I love my people so much. I really do. I love my people with all my heart. I wake up every day and my life is literally it's no longer about me. It is about them. You see what I'm saying? It is about my people. It's not no longer about me. When I go before my own people, even when I'm in the store, I move myself completely out of the equation. I do because I realize it's not about me. It's about them. It's about them and their needs and what they want. You see what I'm saying? So I'm a I'm a family person. I'm a I'm all about I'm a people's person. I'm a people's person to my own people. You know what I mean? I'm into the traditional thing as far as cooking and you know cooking and being hospitality wise to my family. I grew up like that. My grandmother, my grandfather, they all was like that. They invited you over, you know what I mean? You know, they had donuts, cookies, coffee, or whatever they had, cereal, uh, whatever they had, macaroni, cheese, potato chips, anything that we had, water, soda, Pop Rouge. That's those sodas years ago that taste something like a strawberry, I think. You know what I mean? Like whatever we had to drink, whatever we had to eat, like pies, cake, anything, we offered that to people. Banana pudding, steak, rice and gravy. Although I don't, we don't eat that now. You know what I mean? Beef, chicken, any kind of food, any kind of fruit that we had, we was the hospitality people. That's how I came up. You know what I mean? We are our black us as a people of color. We came from a culture and a tradition to where everybody in the neighborhood, as far as the black family was, we loved them. We cherished them. We took pride in the people around. We watched out for the other neighbors' families, the other neighbors' house. We looked out. Nobody talked about each other. Nobody scattered and slandered each other's names and stuff. We came from that type of culture. You see what I'm saying? Well, that's the type of culture that I came from. You see what I'm saying? I was in the store today and I got to brag on it. And that's why I give honor and respect to my people of color. I really do. That was a young lady. She had her children with her. And we all need a word of encouragement. I was in the grocery store today, and the young man he said, "I like your hair." And I said, "Thank you." I did. I said, "Thank you." Just that's what I said. And then as I was leaving, I said, "See y'all later." And thank y'all. You know what I mean? I didn't know what to say, but deep down within, could you imagine how I felt to get those words of encouragement like that? That really made it really, I can't even describe it, juvenated me, I should say. It made me felt like I was on top of the world. It made me felt like I don't even know. There are no words that I can describe how I felt. And I want to, I just want to take the opportunity to say that I care about my people of color, and I love them, and I respect and honor from old and young, all the way on up and down. I don't care if they're 120. Because if it had not been for my people encouraging me, is to be where I am today. I came from the black family. My father is a so-called African American black man, meaning that I don't call him no African American. I call him by his name. He's an Israelite. You know what I mean? And I say he's a so-called black man, so-called black. Now, those so-called black names, those are not our original names. Those names was given to us by our oppressors and stuff. But the point is, I felt like a rich person when that young man told me that. I really did. I felt like a rich person. Yeah, it's just, have y'all ever just got a word of encouragement from a stranger? Somebody might have looked at you and said, "I like the shoes you got on. I like that purse you got." You looked at that young lady and you said, "I like the purse, I like the shoes you got," and she said, "Thank you." You'll be surprised the things that people are going through, and people need to hear that. Because that's rare. You don't get that. For a stranger is to say something like that. You see what I'm saying? You don't get that. You don't get that very often. You don't get that from strangers. And it means a lot, especially he was my own people. He was a little young man of color. The mother is a young lady of color. You see what I'm saying? I felt like I was on top of the world 99 times. You just never know. I needed that. You never know what people are going through. And you'll be surprised. One word of encouragement. You can say one word. Or you could just give them a pleasant look. Anything. And you'll just be surprised. You'll look. your pleasant smile and can brighten up somebody's day, and you don't even know that. You probably could stop. You could have stopped somebody from going and jumping off a bridge and killing themselves. You just never know the person. You may accidentally run into somebody, and you may encourage them. That person, that particular person that was going to go and hurt themselves or kill themselves, and you say something like that, you'll be surprised that'll make that person live. I'm not saying it does, but I'm just saying you just be surprised. Sometimes you can just accidentally, you don't know, you might have helped somebody and didn't even know it. You might have, somebody probably just gave up and want to stop, quit college, want to give up college. And you may say one word, and that person, because of that word you spoke to them, or that word of encouragement, or that pleasant look, or that pleasant, happy look, or that love look that you gave them, you is the reason why that person is famous and on top of the world today, because that person was going to give up before they even came in contact and saw you give them a pleasant look like that. Or say your hair look good. It could be something simple like the young man told me, your hair looks good. You see what I'm saying? You never know what that did. That he probably spoke that within itself can speak power to you, and it can cause you to grow up and be real healthy. That could add to my life or something because of what he said. You just don't know how things affect you, and you just don't know. And then they could be going through something. And because you accepted what they said and you said thank you, and they could have been going through a hard thing. And when you turn around and say something nice back to, especially to my people, I'm talking about to my people of color, and you say something nice back, now that person may go back and that person may finish school. That person may say, you know what? I said your hair, that young man's hair looked nice. And the person said, thank you back. And that made me feel even better. You know what? I'm gonna be something in life because I got encouraged back as I was given an encouragement. I got one back. You see what I'm saying? You just never know what people are going through sometimes. And sometimes people just need somebody to just say, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for that encouragement words. There aren't many people who do something like this here. Just walk up and just say, hey, I like your I like your hair and I like it. And I'm thinking he probably like it because it's natural and it's an afro. You see what I'm saying? It's natural and it's an afro, and he probably, you know, because black people in the 80s and stuff like that, around 85 and in the 90s and stuff, we were still kind of wearing our bushes and stuff, wearing jerry curls and all that kind of stuff. You know, and that's probably what he looked at. He didn't see it plaited up in that with these modern day brand new hairstyles and people's head, dreadlocks and stuff. Nah, I don't, you know, I love the old style and stuff. So you just never know what a person, man, is going through. And he was like I said, let me reiterate, he was a melanated brother, a melanated little young man. And that really lightened him. I couldn't even describe how nice that lightened my spirit up to hear that, because you don't hardly get that nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And I just politely said, thank you. That made me feel good. I'm not going to lie. It did. It made me feel good to hear that, because a lot of times we as a people of color, we as a people of color, we got a history. We done went through so much with the white man, the European, the Arabs, and the so-called other nations and all that kind of stuff. We done went through a lot, man. We have a lot of our people sacrificed it. They died. You know, they got the enemies killed. The so-called white men killed a lot of our people. Our people didn't do a lot. They went through slavery. They had, you know what I mean? And even to this day, this stuff is still affecting us to this day. You see what I'm saying? In other words, we're still affected by the history because we still is a product of it. You know what I mean? No matter how long ago it's been, you still a product of it. Just like if my great grandfather, let's say go back 7 generations ago. You know what I mean? Like I love doing videos, right? And I don't understand. It could not be my mother, my brothers, my sisters, and none of them probably don't like putting themselves on videos and stuff like that. But I'm like, why do I like doing it? It may not be nobody in my family in this modern day generation, but it can go back. If you search my family tree, I'm just making up something. If you search my family tree can go back 50 generation and be like, oh, and you find, let's say if you find some old stuff, some old videos and old books of me, of my grandfather from 50 generations that loved to do videos and all that. I'm like, oh, that's why I like doing it, because I didn't get it from my modern day family, like my modern day mother, my modern day grandmother. I didn't get it from them, but I got it from 50 generations back. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to go back and search and go back, and you know, you can do your history search, and you can go and look at the tombs and stuff that was there 300, 300 and 400 and 500 years of grandparents, and you can look and you can read the all of the things that they did in that lifetime, in those in that generation. Like, oh, this is the reason why Clarence loved uploading YouTube videos today. I'm just making an example out of it to break down what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You know, the Bible talks about generation of curse. It does. It talks about blessings and curses and stuff like that. It does. You know, and a lot of time you may get a trait from your mother, you may get a trait from your father or something. Have you ever heard people say, you look just like your father? Ooh, you act just like your dad. Ooh, you do a split image of your dad. Your daddy would eat the same thing. He would sit down and eat crackers and tuna fish and all. You know, you just took after your daddy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm trying to make as much sense out of this video as possible, bro. People, you know what I mean? Let me look at Deuteronomy 12:25. It says, thou shalt not eat of it, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee, when thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of the Lord. Thou shalt not eat of it, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee. That means after thee means after you die and your children still on the planet, pass a good. It says, thou shalt not eat of it, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee. Now, in other words, when it say curse, you ain't got to just speak words and tell somebody what they're going to be. You can curse people with your actions. Do you know that if you eat a certain way, then your children see that they're going to eat like that? You can pass things on to people by your actions. You can. You see what I'm saying? They said that it may go well with you and with your children. Now, I know I jumped into a lot of stuff, but yeah. So okay. Now, all throughout Deuteronomy chapter 6, and all in Deuteronomy, all over, everywhere, in every places, all places of the Bible, in all places of the Bible, you're gonna read nothing but things about Israel. Um, it says, Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 1. Now, these are the commandments, the statutes and judgments which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land, whether ye go to possess it, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I commanded thee, thou and thy son and thy son's sons, all the days of thy life, and thou that thy days may be prolonged. Now it's talking about it. Notice it says thy sons, thy son and thy son's sons, all the days of thy life. Remember where I was reading where it talked about obey, do not eat of it, that it may go well with you and with your children forever. Now, verse 3, it says, Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 3, hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may go well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily, as the Lord God of thy fathers had promised thee, in the land that floweth with milk and honey. Now here he's saying it again. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I commanded thee this day shall be in thy heart. See, a lot of people claim that God is in their heart. But he says, and these words which I commanded thee this day shall be in thy heart. Thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. That means when you go to bed, you talk about it. Before you go to bed, you talk about it. When you get it when you rise up in the morning, when you get up out your bed, have it on your mind. But you can't tell a lot of our people are so bugged out, they're not gonna catch this. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates. And it shall be when the Lord thy God shall have brought thee unto the land which he sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give thee great and goodly cities, which thou buildest not, and horses full of all good things, which thou findest not, and walls dig, which thou diggest, which thou diggest not, vineyards, and olive trees, which thou plantest, not when thou shalt have eaten and be full. Then beware lest thou forget the Lord which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Bondage means slavery. That's what that word bondage means. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God and serve him, and shall swear by his name. Ye shall not go after other gods, of the gods of the people which are round about you. This is what made Israel. This is why Israel was called Gentiles, because they was carried away with these dumb idols. Yeah. So I'm not gonna hold it out too long. Hold on. Water fell. Good thing it was laying down on the floor like this. I'm thirsty, y'all. Yeah. Before I close it out, Well, I heard the noise. They always send giving you a suggestion. Let me see if I can do a video on live on Ustream. I mean, nope. It's pretty cool outside. Y'all can tell. Hold on. South in oh, okay, I didn't know I had nobody in here. South in oh, okay, I didn't know I had nobody in here. South in oh, okay, I didn't know I had nobody in here. Oh, you're so-called native? Are you a so-called native? So-called native? Hey, from South India. Oh, he just okay. He's from South India. Are you a so-called native? Oh, I mean he from South India. Okay. Yeah, those people are the real Jews as well. Yeah, yeah. So I guess I better. Is in it? If anybody's in here, just hold on. Wait a minute. Let me see. Okay, it's look like it's somebody in here, but I don't know if they are the same people or whatever. But if you're in here, if anybody, if what I don't know who I'm talking to. Is you from South Indian? I don't know. I'm gonna get ready and close thing out though. Then he must have been talking about me because this is the South. They know that's one thing about it. I can say they know who we are. I think people can look at you to a degree and tell what you are. Hold on, let me do something right quick. Well, it don't look like I'm gonna be able to send it, nobody a link at all. So I guess I'm gonna scatter up out of here. So I'll see y'all later. Let me get this off of here. So I'm gonna head up out of here, and I'm going. Hold on, wait a minute before I shut it out. Let me see if that might be me. Yeah, that's me. All right, I'm up out of here, y'all. Peace.